she twists these stories and manipulates the topics to fit her victim narrative. These are all just narcissistic traits. I wish people would really see how these things play out in people, because she is a master at it. She is a master manipulator. She is a master at, even if you looked at her, watched her body language, and you can notice with Shannon Sharpe.
Situation at Disney, I was there as the only black girl.
Okay.
And there was a whole crew. It's like 12 of us. And so I was called an N-word right there while I was there. And I was also bullied while I was there because I was told that you're only here because you're black. You can't really dance. You're just here because you're black. So don't get any ideas. So that's what I'm being told by the other children. Does that suffice as racist to you, or would you want to call it something else? Is that just kids being mean?
Yeah, the kids. So let me ask you a question. As a child, you never said anything derogatory? You was just this model citizen as a child? I mean, children. Now, we're talking children, not functioning adults. Now, if you told me the adults, parents were telling you this, or the execs or people that are in charge of Disney are telling you this, I could agree with it. But at 89, you're probably 8, 9 years of age. Maybe younger.
So you have no problem with the children that were cursing out Ruby Bridges and the Little Rock Nine? You think do you think that was just them being kids?
Two things can be true. Kids can be kids and not function as an adult, and things can be wrong. And sometimes when kids say things, they're repeating what they heard their parents say. They don't know it's wrong.
So what about the children who are receiving it that know it's wrong? Does that not matter?
Yes.
So if I'm 10 and I'm receiving that treatment and I know it's wrong, does it make my experience of it less?
It doesn't make it any less valid. No.
So that's what we're here to talk about. My experience.
Yes.
So my experience is that I experienced that and it was difficult. So that's the valid part of this. I'm not here to protect those people because it's irrelevant.
I'll also ask that, because if I don't see things exactly as you see them,
I don't expect you to.
Don't take it as being combative. You see things one way, I might see it a different way. That doesn't mean I'm being combative.
I would say it's combative when there's a undermining of how someone sees something.
But why are you trying to undermine how I see it?
Because it's my experience.
Okay, well, I'm telling you,
you don't know my experience.
But I'm saying, see, you take it as, if I don't agree with you, I'm being combative.
No, I don't. I take it as, if I have an experience and you're telling me that my experience isn't what it is.
No,
You're telling me that my thinking somebody is racist, who I was in a classroom with for a year, that you have never met, you are emitting doubt upon that. Because of your own experiences.
No, I was talking about the teacher and you.
Right.
And I said,
in your
I believe based on my experience, and a lot of people, kids, correct an adult, no matter what society it is frowned upon. That's what I was saying. Okay. You took it as that I'm trying to minimize your experience and say, well, I'm defending her when I wasn't.
Okay. I think there's something worth saying that could come off that way, and it should be something to consider.
Well, see, again, you're going to consider it your way because you see things, like you said, you see things through your prism. Okay.
I think it's fascinating to watch you accuse me of doing the thing that you're doing.
No,
fascinating.
I think it's
fascinating.
This is your interview, so I won't interject what I think. But anyway, your mom is white.
My mother is not white.
Is your mom?
Why do people keep saying my mother is white?
She's West Indian, so.
She is a black woman from Grenada, which is a black island.
She married a white man.
No, she did not.
You say you started doing white things?
My aunt married a white man. That's what
I Nelson.
Crazy.
I know you've talking with a lot of different people. I want to start off with you first. What are your thoughts when you look at that? What did you notice?
This is exactly why people need to get trained in identifying narcissistic traits. If Shannon Sharpe would have had any kind of knowledge of what was going on, he was clearly being gaslit. Things that he didn't say or didn't even mean to say, she made inferences based off of that. If you put Amanda Seales, Jada Pinkett, Miko Grimes, and I'm forgetting the other name that I had, put them inside of a room and just let them, like, blindfold them and just let them talk, you would not be able to tell the difference between any of them. It's all the same. It is creating themselves as victims. That's why Amanda Seales has a hard time getting a lot of work and working with people, because she always finds a situation and makes it a whole lot more dramatic than what it is. The same time when she said that she went to a party and she couldn't get in because the white hostess said that she was not allowed to get into this black event. She twists these stories and manipulates the topics to fit her victim narrative. These are all just narcissistic traits. I wish people would really see how these things play out in people, because she is a master at it. She is a master manipulator. She's a master at, even if you looked at her, watched her body language, and you can notice with Shannon Sharpe, he started getting uncomfortable. He started stuttering. He started thinking about his words because he was being gaslit. He was replaying his own words in his mind and was like, wait a minute, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say it like that. That's what they do. They gaslight you like that. So she should have never been on that interview to begin with. He's just another victim of a narcissist.
All right. Go ahead, Darwin.
I mean, all I saw was somebody with limited information, maybe a limited understanding of a person and their experiences. And on the other side, I saw someone who was really triggered and offended whenever their experiences wasn't appreciated on the same level they would appreciate it on. I mean, that's all I see that in conversations on the panel sometimes when we talk about stuff and then we say what's on our mind or what's brutally true, and a lot of people don't want to accept it. I'm very interested to see where the rest of that interview went, so I'm gonna take it upon myself to watch the rest of it, because it sounded like I almost felt like they were going to come to a point where they were just going to shut the interview down. That's what I felt Shannon was feeling like that. You know what? That's when I think that's when he said, you know what, this is your interview. I'm not going to interrupt. I think at that point he was almost like ready to pull the plug on the interview, because it really wasn't going nowhere as far as establishing a base of understanding where they can talk without being combative towards one another. But I kind of I understand what Amanda Seales was saying about her experience. She kind of felt like it was discounted. But I mean, that's what happens whenever you open yourself up and you give people information about your experiences. They reserve the right to have their own opinion about it or see it through their own lens. And you just got to be able to deal with it or don't share it.
Go ahead, Ruth.
So what you said about Amanda was right. She is a narcissist. But the other part is she understands racism on another level, right? A lot of people can't really explain it, like how, like what's going on, how, like people like, well, explain it. Tell me what racism looks like, right? But what it is now in 2024 is people just undermining, like, oh, that didn't really happen. People are not racist anymore. Like that's how it's like kind of blending in. It's like very subtle. You can't see it. So, and overall, we're all being gaslit on that side. But for him to interject and say, well, no, he was right and he was wrong at the same time, to tell her this is what you could have been experiencing. He didn't know those people. That's true. But he had a point too. Like these kids, they don't know. They just repeating what their parents told them. But at the same time, when you 8 and 9 and 10 and you're being mean, you know what you're saying. And you know how you feeling. You don't know where it came from, but you have some type of response. I have an 11-year-old. She knows exactly what she's doing, how she roasting people. And, so they know what they're doing. So they don't say that they don't, oh, the kids didn't know, their parents told them, they just parroting it, because when they get older, they act the same way. They do the same things. They don't let it go. That's how they see the world. So, and if Amanda experienced that, she should have got a little grace for that. But when somebody introduces new information to you, you should be open. So she was closed-minded, got smart, got snappy. And so it was just like two people just that had totally different views that could not come together and come to a meeting of the mind.
Okay. Go ahead, Viz.
I'm blown away every time I hear somebody talk like that. Kids are gonna be kids. Kids gonna talk about you. They're gonna bully you. If I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel, when they were younger, they got talked about. When I was growing up, it was we was talking about your mama. Your mama's so fat, she got on the scale and it said to be continued. Your mama's so fat, your mama's so skinny, she hula hooped in a Cheerio. You know what I'm saying? And we was kids. Life happens.
Oh, your mama outside, she dropped a dime, picked up 2 nickels.
Come on, man. Your mama's so black when I can't see when she outside at night, I only see her eyeballs.
Or your mama's so stupid, I put a scratch and sniff stick under the pool and she drowned.
Come on, man. That's what we went through as kids. That made us tough. That gave you a tough skin to get through life. Life not sweet. You complaining about something that happened when you was a kid, a little white girl called you a nigga. So what, man? You on TV, you on the platform, you talking to Shay. So what? How did that affect you that it hurt you so much? And the thing is that this is now translating over into adults. And that's why our culture is so soft now. Because of that. So what?
You sound like a dad. You sound like a dad, and I don't know if she was raised with her dad, but you would have been good as her dad.
It's crazy, man. Like this victim mindset is destroying our culture. And the fact that these people are able to get on platforms and push it out makes it even worse. So how can we come out of this whole rut that we in if everybody want to play victim? So what, bro? Grow up. Move on. You gonna linger on this? And I don't know who she is. I'm sure she got kids. So now her kids and her daughters, I don't know if she a baby mama, the daddy ain't around. They all gonna do the same shit. So this man, that shit is mind-boggling to me that adults do that and they feed into it. Grow up, man. Life is tough. Life happens. You know what I'm saying? You go through whatever experience and you move on. That's all you can do.